You were a star child, let your light shine for all the world. When you open your mouth to reveal a pearl, let it shine more, just to light the path. If it don't add up, man, just do the math. If it ain't for you, let it pass on through.
How you doing? This is Terrion Wilson, aka your boy Brotha T, here with another one. So this channel is called T's Life Tree. And on this channel, we like to drop little pine cones of wisdom. If you don't know what a pine cone of wisdom is, stick around, stay on the channel, you'll get it. Before we get into the episode today, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to like and subscribe. Like, subscribe. When the video's done, comment and share. Okay, and that just helps me drop those pine cones of wisdom on you. All right, so today we're going to talk about 10 ways to a better man. 10 ways to a better man, period. This is going to be a barn burner. This is going to be a classic. A lot of women out there are like, finally, you're going to talk about the man. Yes, I want to talk about the man today. So let's talk about 10 ways to a better man. Let's go. I do want to point out before I get into the 10 things that this is in no particular order. And I did that on purpose. That way you can take what you need to work on and work on it as you go, right? If you need to work on number 10 first, and then you want to jump down to number 3 and then number 6, that's cool with me. As long as you get to self-love. Once you get to that point where you're treating yourself better and you start treating other people better, you're going to become a better man in a way. All right. So let's get into it. All right. So the first thing I need you to do, I need you to become a protector. And what I mean by that, make sure that the people around you, the people that you care about, the people that you say you love, make sure that they feel protected at all times, especially if you have a girlfriend or a wife. Make sure that they are protected. Make sure they feel protected, okay? There's a difference between being protected and feeling protected too. I know you're saying, wait a minute, that's the same thing. Some people really don't think it is. If you have a wife and she's protected, but she doesn't feel protected, sometimes she'll be a little more insecure, especially in your relationship. So make sure she feels secure, okay? Now, I'm not going to say bend to her every whim. That's not what I'm saying. But make sure that she knows that you have her back in every possible way, okay? That's all I mean by that. So become that protector. Be that protector for the people around you, the people you love, and the people that love you. All right. So the second one. The second thing I want you to do is stand behind your work. Be confident in what you do. Now, there's one author that I like to read. His name is Neely Fuller Jr. And one thing he's known for saying is stand behind your work. What that means is if you take an opinion or something, if you take a pathway to something, stand behind what you did. Don't deviate. Don't go back on it. Don't be wishy-washy. Don't try to act like you didn't do it. Just take full accountability and credit for what you do. Right or wrong, good or bad, stand behind what you've done. If you've done something and it doesn't represent the best of you, own it. Say, yeah, I did that. That probably wasn't the best. We're going to go forward from here. But if you're a person that does something, let's say with guys, let's say it's cheating, right? You cheated one time, but you're not a cheater, meaning that you're going to change your ways, right? You know, own it, man. Stop lying about it. Yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? Believe it or not, and this is to my guys out there, believe it or not, you'll be surprised. If you're honest and upfront with who you are in the first place, you'll have an easier time in life. Let's say you want more than one woman at a time. If you're upfront with that, you'll have more cooperation with that. Just be yourself, right? Just don't lie about it. Once you start hiding and trying to be slick with stuff, that's when guys get caught up, really. It's true. So second thing I need you to do, stand behind your work. All right. So the next thing I need you to do is teach. I need you to be that teacher. Okay. Some people like to say, I think in the at least in the Christian community, I've heard you're supposed to be teacher, priest, prophet, something. I don't know how it goes. But they're on to something here, okay? I'm not necessarily a Christian, but I agree with that principle, is that as a guy, especially if you're on your purpose, you're on your goal, you're on your mission in life, and you are taking charge. I need you to be that teacher. Okay. What that means is you don't have, this is not like a master slave dynamic I'm talking about, right? The people that don't treat the person you're with or your wife, don't treat her like an underling or anything. You know what I mean? You can teach without being somebody's master or lord, right? What I mean by this is, if you're on a mission, you're on a goal, you know where your family's headed, and you're going to lead them into the promised land, make sure you're always on that, right? So if somebody doesn't line up to that, you want to teach them, and by teaching them, you don't always have to say it. A lot of times we can teach, the best way we can teach rather is by what we do. So if you set an example and you're on that path every single day, and people around you, especially the people that spend the most time with you, if they see you on that path and they line up, they're gonna have to line up with what you're doing if they're around you enough. That's just the human way. If we see somebody going on a path and they're clearly on their path and it's working, and we're around them enough, we're going to pick up on that, and we're going to want it to work for us too. That's just how it goes. That's why when you're starting a business or you're going into entrepreneurship, it's good to get around successful entrepreneurs or successful business people. It helps you. Okay. So once again, that one was called teaching. So be that teacher. Okay. The next thing you need to do, ways to being a better man, install esteem, right? Now, that one comes with a caveat. You can't install esteem to a person if you don't have esteem within yourself. So know who you are, know where you're going, get on your path, and know it. That way, you'll have that self-esteem. Once you have that esteem, then you can install esteem, especially to those around you that need that push. A lot of times, the dynamic in the family, the female component or the female gender is going to be the nurturer. Sometimes they're the first teacher, but not the overall, teacher. And that's going to be a lot of their role. And the masculine component, a lot of their role is going to be the protector, provider, and to install esteem. Some people don't know that. That's why a lot of times, especially if you talk to males in prison a lot, you're going to find that there are going to be a great number of them that are raised by single mothers. Okay. I'm not bashing single mothers, so please don't think I'm doing that. What I'm saying is that they miss that masculine component that installs that esteem in them to do better and to drive and to push towards something and to have that drive, that purpose in life. Sometimes that masculine principle installs that. If there's no masculine principle there, or if the masculine principle there is not in their role fully, then you'll end up with that, unfortunately. All right, so I want you to install esteem, but that comes with a caveat. You can't install esteem until you have self-esteem within yourself. Okay, the next one is provide. You need to be a provider. Now, not only do you need to be a provider in terms of money, financial needs, paying the bills and such. That's not the only way to provide. You also provide esteem, right? Just like the last one. You provide protection, right? And you also can provide financial literacy to the people around you. And financial literacy is what leads to generational wealth down the road. And you definitely want that if you want to really make an impact on your family, especially in generations to come. So install that financial literacy. Now, understand we do have another channel called T's Money Tree. Go check it out. I have some great videos on financial literacy. I break everything down to you to the very last compound. And I also have a course where we teach people how to invest in the stock market. That's the Investor Route 4 module course. I'll even put the website up here somewhere, and you can take one of our free introductory courses and maybe get into the paid course later. All right, so be that provider. That works. All right, so the next thing I want you to do, ways to being a better man, promote growth, right? And how do you promote growth? By giving people financial literacy. You see how all these are kind of tied to each other? They're similar, but they're not exactly the same thing, but they all tie into each other. So I want you to promote growth. If you see a certain kind of skill or certain kind of talent in your children, promote that growth. Promote them doing that thing that they're really drawn to, because that might be their purpose in life. And even if it isn't, they might learn a great lesson from doing that. If you can see your son has an affinity toward an instrument, don't force him to play football. You know what I mean? Get him into that instrument and let him flow, okay? Because that could be where his purpose lies, okay? You can get somebody off of their purpose with bad information. Promote that growth. If he's smart, if he's book smart, promote that growth, okay? That's all I'm saying. So promote growth. Okay, so the next thing I want you to do is treat everyone special. Everyone. All right, so let me say this the right way. Let me rephrase it. Treat everyone that deserves it special. Okay, because they're always going to be a-holes. They're always going to be people that are going to give you trouble and give you pushback. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the people that deserve it. I want you to treat them special. Treat the people in your life as special as they need to be treated, right? Even if they've done something wrong against you, I need you to look deep down. Find out why they did whatever they did. Forgive them. Now, I'm not saying forgive them to be weak. You're forgiving them because a lot of times when you hold on to stuff, you're holding on to that energy that keeps you from doing what you really want to do. Anything that you do in life, if you're going towards something and you're holding on to something at the same time and you're trying to go towards something, logically, if you're holding on to something, it's hard to go towards something, right? Once you let go of something, you can go towards it nice and free. So, treat people special around you that need to be treated, even if they've done something bad against you. Okay? Learn to forgive. Don't forget, but forgive. Okay? Okay. So the next thing I need you to do, control your emotions. Control your emotions. So I have to really explain this one though. By controlling your emotions, I don't mean suppress them. Find an outlet. Find something you can do to get certain things out, okay? Don't take it out on the people around you, your loved ones, okay? Especially physically, don't do that. Find you an outlet, but make sure you control your emotions. If somebody says something you don't like, don't be quick to fight. Don't be quick to jump up and harm people and physically assault them. Believe it or not, a lot of guys get this twisted. If you're too quick to emotion, that's actually a feminine trait, okay? And what I mean by feminine, I'm not disrespecting women. What I'm saying is I'm talking about energy right now. So don't get confused, okay? So that's a feminine trait. You're more in your feminine energy. We both have masculine and feminine energy. If you're too quick to fight and you're a man, you're embracing more feminine energy because you're reacting to the emotion right away. If you're stopped, you take a minute, you're calm and collective, and you analyze what's going on, you're actually more into your masculine energy. You're trying to be a problem solver at that point. A lot of men in jail, believe it or not, are embracing feminine energy. They just don't know it. They're confused on what feminine and masculine is. We'll get into that later on the energy video. All right, so the next one is very important, and this is very essential to being a better man. And you don't need to live off of others. Do not accept others taking care of you, okay? So sometimes we go through things in life and we need a hand up, okay? Sometimes we need somebody solid around us so we can regroup, okay? Nothing wrong with that. But don't be a person that's just using somebody else's resources to live off of. Don't attach yourself to somebody just because they can take care of you. As a man, eventually this is going to be your demise. Trust me. So the very last way to a better man, love yourself. Love yourself. All right. So if you spend any large amount of time on this channel, you're going to find me saying this over and over and over again. You need to love yourself. What do I mean by this? I don't mean be narcissistic. I don't mean be super arrogant in yourself and stuff like that. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is love who you are. Love the good things and the bad things about you. Try to change the bad into better, of course. But embrace who you are, okay? Improve yourself, okay? Love yourself to know that whatever happened in the past, if you went through any kind of childhood hurt or any kind of child abuse, know that you weren't the reason why you went through that, okay? What you need to do is deal with it, okay? Deal with it. This might involve a few tears even for a man, right? Just don't cry around too many people, right? Because that becomes something else. But what I'm saying is don't be afraid to embrace whatever happened in the past, deal with it so you can get over it. If you do not get over things from the past, you're not really in self-love. Of course you love yourself. If I go outside right now and I ask 10 people, do they love themselves? You know what they're going to tell me. Out of 10 people, I'm probably going to get 10 people, maybe at least 9 that are going to tell me, yeah, of course I love myself, right? But when you start asking certain questions, really deep questions, you're going to find that a lot of them lack that self-love. And when you walk around and you have certain things eating at you and you're worried about what happened to you as a child, you know, it could be child abuse, it could be child neglect, it could be anything, okay? It could be abandonment you're dealing with. Deal with these things. Once you deal with these things, you really have that self-love. And at that point, you're on your way to being a better man. So those are 10 ways to a better man. Okay, so I'm Brotha T. I really enjoyed talking to you. Thanks for taking time to look at this video. If you liked the video, I need you to like and subscribe. If you hated the video, I need you to comment and share, okay? And let's get a conversation going, okay? Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next video. I'm out of here. Peace.